Shalom, shalom. What's going on, Israel? Yeshua Israel. Hold on, let me see if my volume's working. Should be. All right, here we go. We up and running. We live right now. Mic check, we good. So, what I want to get in today is, man, how do we read the scriptures? Because I feel like that's the downfall, not only of our people, but it's the blockage of us being able to return back to our Creator. So we got to understand how He communicated with us from the time when, you know what I'm saying, when we were especially in Egypt, because when we became a nation inside of Egypt, it was we none of us really knew the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And when Moses left Egypt and he had his encounter with the Most High, and he came back and told him everything, and you know what I'm saying, that's when we really had to put our faith in the Most High that He was going to get us out. Because before that, we didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Before that, really the only ones that had true understanding was Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? All the rest of the brothers, all the rest of us, like Israel, we became a nation inside of Israel, so we didn't know the Most High. We didn't know He really existed until He actually came and did His wonders. So, why is Thus saith Yah so important? And this is why you have to read the scriptures to understand this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I say Thus saith Yah, it's really talking about every time the Most High talks inside the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Now, this doesn't mean that everything else in the scriptures is wrong, but it just means that you're not going to have the right perspective of the interpretation that you have to abide by when you're actually reading the scriptures. See, the Most High's voice and when we quote Him, He did this on purpose. So we don't have a choice. So we don't have a reason why we couldn't get back to Him. All you have to do is seek Me and seek My name. And I'm gonna keep showing you why His voice is so important. So when we say Thus saith the Yah, we're really quoting Him, or our forefathers are really quoting Him, saying something actually to Him for them to actually announce to the people or to write down. You get what I'm saying? So when the Most High speaks, you listen. Thus saith Yah, or in most Bibles you're gonna see Thus saith the Lord, or the Lord said, or the Lord saith, or I am the Lord, or I am the God, or I am God. You know what I'm saying? You will see that in the scriptures, especially just in the Old Testament. You don't see that in the New Testament. So the Most High doesn't talk in the New Testament at all. So I'm going to show you why it's important to listen to the voice. You know what I'm saying? You listen to the voice, you know what I'm saying, everything else makes sense. And you know what I'm saying? And it should make sense to ones that are actually only Torah only. But when you actually, a lot of people, they don't really can't get a little bit further because you're not listening to what the Most High is saying. And everything that you can think of, the Most High covered with His voice. There's nothing in the scriptures that the Most High never talked about, you know, or doesn't talk about. Matter of fact. So first, we're gonna get into Exodus with Moses, and right here, it's gonna be real. I want to say mind blowing, but it should be something that all of us should have ingrained in our head, and why it's so important to listen to what the Most High is saying. So we go to Exodus 1, and here's when Moses was telling the Most High. He said, "Yo, Exodus 4:1." Exodus 4:1. I apologize. I was saying Exodus 1 the whole time, but it's Exodus 4:1. So, and Moses answered and said, "But behold, they will not believe me." He's talking about Israel, "nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, the Lord have not appeared unto thee." And Yah said unto him, "What is that in thy hand?" And he said, "A rod." So I don't have to go. I advise you reading the whole script, the entire chapter, but you already know what happened when the Most High was giving him tests, and he had to put his hand inside his garment, and it changed colors and all that. So we already seen that happened there. So this is the Most High just basically showing Moses, like, "Yo, look, I'm real. This is what I'm doing to you. I'm gonna show you two wonders right here. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you the wonder. I'm gonna change your skin, and I'm gonna give you another wonder, and I'm gonna show you what you can do with the rod. So right now, you already know that I'm real. So then now Moses finds out he's this guy that he's this man that the Most High chose, and he has to go talk to Israel now. So he's in his mind. That's why verse 1 says, Israel won't believe him. They won't believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. So the Most High is like, man, I got you. Don't worry about it. So this is why it's so important to go by thus saith the Lord when you read scriptures. And a lot of these Christian Israelites that worship Christ, they don't understand this. So we're going to sit here and break it down for you. So when we give you verses that say, thus saith Yah, there's no one else, that none can deliver my hand, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this is what the Most High said. If he didn't say anything else, I don't know why you're sitting there believing it. So let's keep going in Exodus 4. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken unto thy voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that shalt take of the water of the river and pour it upon the dry land, and the water which thou takest out the river shall become blood up on the dry land. So what's the Most High saying here specifically? If they don't hear, or they don't hear or by what I tell you to tell them, this is what I'm going to show you to do. Just like how he gave Moses two wonders to show him that he's real, this is what I'm going to do to show that I'm real as well to the rest of Israel and to whoever's in Egypt. So now we keep going. And Moses said unto Yah, I am not eloquent, neither here or there, heretofore, nor since thou last spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of slow tongue. So Moses was a man that really didn't talk to the people, or not necessarily talk to the people. He didn't feel comfortable. So in his own skin, he was never a guy. He was more like a quiet person, you know what I'm saying? Or probably just talking to people that he knew. He wasn't really out and about trying to gather up anyone before, you know what I'm saying, he had an encounter with the Most High. So the Most High is saying, and the Lord said unto him, who have made man's mouth, or maketh the dumb, or the deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have I not Yah? Now therefore go, and I will be in thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. Let's read it again. Who maketh the dumb? Who maketh the blind, the seeing? Now therefore go, and I will be in thy mouth, and teach thee what to say. So this is why it's important to listen to when the Most High speaks. Just because he's talking to Moses here, he still never cut off communication with the rest of the prophets in the Bible. So when the Most High says something, that means he's in the mouth of whoever's regurgitating it. You get what I'm saying? So it's always, thus saith Yah, the Lord said, or I am the Lord. You get what I'm saying? So the Most High is saying, I will be in thy mouth. And let's go to verse 14. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Moses. And he said, is not Aaron thy Levite thy brother? And I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth. And I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. So what's the lesson we're getting here? Everything that Israel knew that was happening was a message directly from Yah. This is why you see Moses always going to Pharaoh saying, thus saith the Lord, you don't do this, you don't do that, this will happen. You know what I mean? Da, da, da. And this is a constant pattern throughout the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't stop there. That exact pattern that he used is to always show you that the Most High is talking, and he's gonna put his words in the mouth of whoever he's speaking through. So just looking at Moses, you can see like, yo, he wasn't a speaker. He wasn't, you know what I mean? He really didn't want to do the job because he didn't feel comfortable. But what did the Most High say? It don't matter. I'm going to speak through you. And that's all you can really have faith in. That's all you can really study. That's all you can really know. So there's no way you can have it wrapped in your head like, that's not what that means, because this is what I learned from this guy over here and this congregation over here, or this dude I'm following on YouTube, he told me this, so I don't have to really worry about what the Most High said. Nah, man, it don't work like that. And if you think it worked like that, then you got this whole thing messed up. The Most High said, return to him and obey his voice. You go to Deuteronomy 30. What he tell us? And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon me, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to be mine among all the nations, whither thy God have driven thee. So the Most High is saying, boom, I've driven you out to all these nations, and you're gonna see all these blessings and the curses that come upon you. And thou shalt return unto the Lord and shalt obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thy heart and all thy soul. And then he said, I will return and gather you from all the nations which I have scattered you. So when you read scripture, you see what he did with Moses, how he communicates with Israel is through the Most High's voice. Just because it's Moses speaking, or you think it's some fictitious man, if you don't believe the scriptures yet, just saying, oh, that's just what the Most High is saying. No, you're wrong. This is how it works, man. If it's not thus saith Yah, if it's not the Lord said, or I am the Lord, and we're quoting him, then it's for the birds. You can kick rocks with it. It's all cap. You know what I'm saying? So we got into that. Now let's get into, this is a post I had. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger on Instagram. If you ain't following me on Instagram, I'm TOL_channel. It's not that hard to get to, TOL_channel. I took it off. I forgot to put it back on. But we're going to go right here, and we're going to read out of the Torah and match it up with what the Most High is saying outside the Torah as well. So Exodus 19, if you don't understand this, it says, Exodus 19:5, now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. So what did the Most High say? He said, keep my covenant means you better go back to the book of the law. This is, you do the commandments, you do the statutes, you do everything that you can do in captivity. And he said, if ye will obey my voice, indeed. And so it's two separate things. You're supposed to be listening to what the Most High is saying. That's the only way you can actually communicate with the Most High. So all these people saying, oh, I can communicate with God and all. No, the Most High hid his face from us right now. No one's communicating with the Most High. He told us to return to him. I just read it to you in Deuteronomy 30. You know what I'm saying? He will be our God once we return to him, and then he redeems us. Then he'll be our God again. And verse 6, it says, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which I speak unto the children of Israel. So just because we're different tribes, one might be Judah, Naphtali, that doesn't mean anything. We're still a priesthood nation, so we got to handle everything up to the utmost righteous way of the Most High, the law, his book of the law. So everything we do is priestly. When we go back to the land, all of us will be priests. So Malachi 2 really sums up Exodus 19. And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. If you will not hear, and if you will not lay it to heart to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you and a curse your blessings. Ye, I have cursed them already because ye do not lay it to heart. So what's the Most High saying? Y'all stop listening to me. That's basically what he's saying. You stop listening to me, I'm going to curse you. That's why he says, if ye will not hear me and not lay it to heart to give glory unto my name. You can only give glory unto the Most High's name by doing what? If ye will obey my voice and indeed keep my covenant. That's how you give glory to Yah. So if you're having problems understanding the scriptures and you want to put things together, all you got to do, if you're looking at a certain subject or you're looking at whatever is going to help you get to your next level, you need to be listening to the Most High. And this is the time to do it now, because you see how the earth is right now. Everything's messed up. So if you want to go off what man is saying, be my guest. Go ahead. You can do that. You're messing with your own life and your own future, and whoever, you know what I'm saying, or whoever you're with or whoever you're misleading. You need to be going off the Most High's voice, and that's real important. But that's all I got for today. I don't want to make this video long. I appreciate those who've been hitting me up. I have to do a video on this so I can just, you know what I mean, just send the video. Because I do be explaining a lot of stuff to multiple people, so this would be better for me to do it so I can just send my video. But I appreciate y'all that's understanding this. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but hey, I'm back at it. I just had some stuff to do. And, you know what I'm saying, all praises to the Most High, man. That's all we can do, man. That's all you can. The Most High just wants us to return to Him and obey His voice and listen to Him. And that's all I got for today, man. Shalom. Peace.